Alright, well, I'd say it's about time we get onto a different game. We've done close to 100 episodes of Precursor. I think it's like 84, if you add in like the 1, 2, 3, and 4.5s for like unfinished episodes and such. And I'm not saying I'm getting bored of it. I'm just saying, like, it would be better if I could do something else. And especially with the whole capture card conversation, sort of inspired me to be like, yeah, there are other things I could do with this. Especially when it's like something that I would actually play rather than watch. This music is loud, by the way. I'll talk over it. I suck at this game, by the way. Okay, I don't know if I suck, it's just that these games used to be very hard. For the first, like, 4, 5, or 6 of them. Head-On in 2012 weren't very difficult, but 2001 Black is still that kind of difficulty that Twisted Metal is known for. So the way I'll do this, I'll start today with the challenge mode, because it's not an official episode. We have mainly to go through the way the episodes work and the different vehicles and who drives them. Let's see here. We have Junkyard Dog, usually one of my main vehicles in this game actually, just because it's pretty easy to use. Not very fast, as it's a tow truck, but it has really good armor and a really simple to use but effective special. Excuse me. And this is Metacog's vehicle. We have Brimstone, a flatbed truck based off of the Chevy El Camino. A much faster vehicle, and weaker, but not really that bad compared to some other vehicles. Its special is kind of finicky though, for several reasons. You can get like driver profiles and such like that, but that's not really the focus of this. I don't know if I'm going to keep the story cutscenes in or not, because there definitely are stories to these characters. Some more engrossing than others, of course, but like the actual character of Bedlam is definitely not paranoid schizophrenic. I could explain the characters, the storylines behind the characters, if we don't leave the cutscenes in by default, but if we do, which you'd have to tell me in the comments if you care or not, or if you're interested, or if you don't want them there. But this is like half Let's Play, so it's kind of like, you know, I feel like I sort of have to leave the cutscenes in. Have Outlaw. Slower, not as slow as Junkyard Dog, but a little less armored. The special weapon is powerful at close range. It's a 360-degree turret. This is Sparky's vehicle, just because it's like a van. I don't know, I keep doing that. You have, Mr. Grimm. Yeah, this motorcycle is the fastest thing in the game, by far. And it has the most efficient special weapon. Which is, also one of the harder ones to use, because you don't have any kind of aiming assistance with it. You have to land it dead on to your opponent. You just throw a very deadly projectile. And being a motorcycle, it doesn't have terribly much durability. And this is so fast, just based off of the name and the stats. Even though this car here looks like so fast, but yeah. You have Roadkill, one of probably the better cars in the game, just based off of the numbers alone. And I would probably agree it is. Really fast and like at pretty average armor, so then the special weapon is really good. You charge up some missiles. And this is here, cross out this. This is Danny, because it's green. Yeah, some of these I just sort of didn't have too much to go off of when it came to giving the character. Like this one here, Crazy 8. You would think it's Raceman, but it's actually Alex because it's red. Or, well, Track T, I guess, rather, but I don't know, though I didn't explain that yet. But basically, each time you change a character's name, that just means there's a second character. There's one named Raceman, and then there's one named Track T. So yeah, Crazy 8 is Alex because it's a pretty fast car, but it's, oh, outdated by roadkill. So yeah, Alex's car's special weapon is like a Tesla field. Tesla coils. Have Spectre. This is Burn. Mainly because of all the power, and also because it is blue. But it doesn't have very much armor. More than the motorcycle, but not too much. Dark Side is Gearhead. Because it's like the biggest truck here. Same stats exactly as Junkyard Dog, but its special weapon is different, obviously. They're all different. It's a very quick charge forward. Or I think they call it like the Dark Side Slam. You can get damage bonuses with T-bone collisions, if you're turboing, or if you're backwards. Shadow is the Governor. Very well-rounded car. And its special weapon is kind of like a dog. Probably barking at nothing, by the way. He's not the smartest one, to say the least. I'll try what I can to block out the noise, but I don't think you can block him out. It's just impossible. Alright. Had to go and shut him up. Which is not always the easiest thing to do. So yeah, this thing kind of has like a purple field that you can detonate on, like, on command. I was never a big fan of it. I have Yellow Jacket, which is 16 Angels, which actually, it almost looks vaguely like 16 Angels, which is usually further than anything else here gets. Yeah, to put my nose there. Its special weapon are a couple of spikes that poke off from either side of the car. You can just fire them off for minimal damage, or you can ram into somebody with them and do a ton of damage. The idea is you're probably stinging them, I guess. You have Axle, and this is a weird thing. And this is Hypermite. It's based off its, like, strange stature and size. Also, look at these stats of these three vehicles. Completely useless. And they're basically the same, except for Yellow Jacket is just slightly faster. Anyway, I'm super professional. I'm eating while I'm recording. Yeah, Axle, Hypermite. Not very pleasant looking stats, and it's not a really pleasant looking car either. But it's effective. Its special weapon is just a basic shockwave, really. Medium range, average damage. However, its advantage, I think, is it charges up a little faster than some other cars. Warthog is auto, because this character kind of looks like Otto to me a little bit, minus the sunglasses. Not the exact same stats as Darkside though. It does actually have higher speed, but has worse handling, probably because it's on tank treads. And its special weapon is a frontal-based flamethrower. Also, believe, while the numbers don't reflect it, I think this thing has slightly more armor than the other two. Manslaughter. Now this thing... It's a very, divisive vehicle. Some people think this thing is the greatest of all time, and there's me who... I'm kind of glad this thing isn't one-off. It's an ugly vehicle. When I get it, it's a dump truck. They're not meant to look pretty. And basically its thing is it uses the tipper on the back to hurl, I believe, what are like burning coals. And then we have oh yeah, manslaughter is that. Just because, I don't know really, I just picked something. I mean, look at this driver. I guess that could be burn, but it is the suit, so. You can see the zippers, so like, I'm making hand motions, you can't see this. And then we have Sweet Tooth, who, if you know anything about Twisted Metal, he is the cover character. And as a result, the cover character that's always like a sellout is Ryan Storm, because he has Hot Wheels all over all of his cars he drives now. And of course, being the most popular character, they had to give him the most outlandish special attack. His ice cream truck transforms into a robot, like Optimus Prime style, and fires off a ton of missiles. So I think to begin with this, I'm gonna probably use, I'm just gonna use Danny. It is supposed to be a, kind of precursor to Velocity X in a way. Assuming that in any kind of time and manner I get to actually play that. So you have a good number of stages, some of which would normally be unlocked, like this one wouldn't be. I have 100% of the game, but... Yeah, there's 9 levels, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5... 10. I can't count. You should stick to the junkyard. This would be the first match, and you can actually choose your opponents. I'm not going to, because I don't know who to pick, but... So yeah, those guys, sure. I mean, I'll name them off when I see them in the game, but... So yeah, of course, this is the kind of game that Velocity X would be based off of, since this definitely came first. Stupid hill, what? That's a lot of damage. Oh, didn't make that. Normally, speed isn't really a matter in this car. That's a very loud beeping. I'm going to leave. That's probably a mine of some description. Where is some turbo? Because you'd think the gas can would be speed boost, but no, it's a weapon. Doesn't help. Thank you. Ah! Everyone is firing at me. Stop trying to kill me. That's my job to kill you, not the other way around. That was terrible. Oh, they're going for the plane. Oh, they hit the plane. I guess I can show that off. I'm gonna grab this. Ah! Some frame rate issues there, but this way we have health pickup, missiles. Like, I need more of those homing missiles, so I have 8 of them. Okay, fine. And normally here you find Yellow Jacket, because there are 4 vehicles, the last 4, that aren't unlocked by default. Oh, ended up down there by accident. Oh, right, those proximate trigger. Have that. Have all of that. Oh, goodbye, Bedlam. Have all the missiles. I am on fire. I do not enjoy this. Quit roasting me. I don't think we did anything. That's the wrong weapon. Well, it's trying to hit one of them. I think it's trying dark side over there. Another one anyway. Where is some turbo? I need to remember where these are. See, I press a combination of buttons and you can get a shield on your car. It's really hard to do quickly, so you kind of have to predict what the AI is going to do, and that's not always too easy in this game. What really need Twisted Metal games is they are very unpredictable. Have this. Never mind, that's gonna have to build it. Let's say you stuck there, Alex. No, he's not, he's just wandering. Wrong weapon. Oh, it's still hitting something. I don't know who it's hitting. Ow, you hurt, Metacog. Repair! Yeah, that's what the station does there. Just a like full repair. Finally, turbo! I probably should remember where those are, shouldn't I? You'll think I've been playing this game for cripes. Gearhead, you're scary. And big ass, big rig. That's redundant, but oh cripes. Oh, you were terrifying. And now you're gone. There's a lot of ow. Can I drive, please? That. That's how you do that. Repairs. Oh, machine gun upgrade. Oh, that's the wrong button I'm pressing. Yoink. Ah, you've been predicted. Take that, Metacog. I am slowly but surely gunning you down. I need weapons. Oh, you got in the way. Yeah, this game is an immature rated game, but there are ways to avoid much of that. Like overbearing violence this game has. Sure, it's not the most fitting thing for a Hot Wheels game, but I figured it's a car combat game that I can actually play live, and since if and when I get those things I mentioned before, I would definitely be playing a lot of Velocity X, since it was the first Hot Wheels game I had, and the one I played the most. Even the World Race is my favorite game. Ow! But I also sort of hyped up the plot lines of Velocity X so much that I kind of have to play it a bunch now. And I randomly get a bunch of like heavy rain here. Nope. Have some missiles, 6 minutes. I'm no longer here. What will you do? What will you do? What will do? I don't know. Surprise! You are dead. I will hit a ricochet at some point here. Oh, hey, more turbo. I didn't really need it. Drive that way. Oh god. Smack! Run over an enemy driver to gain health. And that is that. Danny doing what he does best. Destroying and inconveniencing anyone. So that's the basic gist of the gameplay. There is a story mode. I don't know which character I'll do first. Maybe you can give me an idea as to who to do first. So, yeah, this is basically Twisted Metal Black. And I guess the main idea behind it isn't necessarily the characters. It's actually more of just I'm actually playing the game, and so therefore you get a better taste of my personality that way. Because I'm actually, like, you know, interactive instead of just watching. No longer just an announcer. There's like a virtual memory card in here, so I can do that, yeah. So I don't know when I'll record the actual first part of Twisted Metal Black. I'll probably give it like a day or two for you to give input. Maybe suggest better character choices, or dog. He's probably seen the massive number of squirrels outside, knowing him. And knowing the squirrels, but you know, like, yeah, better car choices, which character to do first. I also know I definitely could get away with not having to, like, having to avoid swearing here. Doesn't mean I have to do it, just means I can, I guess. I mean, there's still the Hot Wheels thematic. Also, it's funny I say this is the Precursor when it's really the better made game, and I'm well aware of that, but it's more so because there's only 14 characters here, rather than, like, the 33 that will be a part of Velocity X. Some of which aren't even Hot Wheels based, because if you've seen the personal list I put into one of the other episodes, there's like 6 or 7 that are from my own series, like Attitude is Carbon, Overboard 454 is driven by Bubbles, Number 1 from Codename Kids Next Door drives Power Rocket, because I didn't really feel like we needed 2 henchmen. The first henchman is Stone Power Pistons, by the way, that didn't change, but I didn't feel like we needed a second one that serves the exact same purpose. But yeah, of course, that's all future tense. Oh, there's a demo. Oh. Didn't really need that. So I guess that'll be it for this Precursor episode to the Precursor series, if you will. I think I might just call it the Velocity Wars Precursor. Otherwise, I could call it something else, like, I mean, I guess I could just call it Twisted Metal, but yeah, I'll think about it while I upload this video.